Hey, this is Tiesha with Beautiful Natural Curls. Today I'm going to be showing you how to trim your ends. My ends have not been trimmed, I don't think this year. So my hair is in far need of a good trimming. So I know I'm going to have to trim a lot and I'm okay, but I just need to get this done and I want to show you how. Now this first section is wet. I like to trim my hair wet, but let me show you why. You can see here where my ends are and where the frayed ends are. Exactly where I'm pointing is where I'm going to be cutting. Now it's easier for me to see when it's wet. Now I have a tip. Please make sure that you don't hold your hair really hard, like aggressively down. What that will do is cause for you to cut too much. Now this is exactly how you're supposed to hold your shears. Exactly where I'm placing my fingers in the positioning with the pinky on the ting, right there with the ring finger, exactly like this is how you're supposed to hold your shears. It'll give you better stability when you're about to cut. Now when you're cutting, make sure you do it in small sections, and I'm holding this, it looks more gentle than it may seem as if from your end, and I'm cutting just those ends, and that's it. Excuse me, I was trying to show you what I was cutting, but I dropped it. But here it is. I'm going to be showing you again just another section, making sure that it was stretched all the way out and detangled, and then I'm just trimming just those ends. You want to just go just to the mark of where it is, and I know it's a little short, but this is understandable. I haven't trimmed my hair all year, so when you don't trim your hair, what's happening is that it's going to just continue to break all the way up, and that's what happened with me. So I'm just two-stranding this twist all the way down, and I'm going to show you another way that you can tell if your hair needs to be trimmed or you can trim it. As you can see, I did a finger coil right on the end, and the end just did not coil. That's how you can tell it needs to be cut. This is another way you can trim right where that finger coil meets. That'll tell you that you need to trim it, and you can trim it like that. So the first way or this way, and you can just take your scissors up and catch any frayed ends that way as well. So this particular section is dry, and as you can see, there's so many more ends that need to be trimmed this way. I like to do it wet. I will prefer it to be wet, because if not, I was telling you wet, because if not, you'll cut too much. So I like to do it wet. So I'm applying water all over this section, making sure to detangle before I cut. My only recommendation, if you're gonna do it wet, or to do it dry rather, to have your hair stretched. That way you can see it. It's harder to see when it's curly. I know, because I've cut my hair curly before, but it's kind of harder to see it when it's curly, and you have a tendency, if you're doing it yourself, to cut too much. So my personal recommendation to someone who is a beginner, who's never cut their hair in its natural state, to do it when it is detangled and stretched. But keep in mind, when you do it curly, because of shrinkage, it's easy to cut too much. So just be careful. And that's it. So just do that all over your hair. Take your time. Don't rush. My recommendation, go to someone who knows about curly hair, because remember, when your hair is stretched, you have to allow for shrinkage. See, that's stretched, that's shrinkage. So you have to give a lot for that in its curly state, so it's easy to cut too much. So go to someone who knows what they're doing as far as with cutting your hair. You can cut it while it's stretched, but just know that once it dries, it may be shorter than you realize. But document my first photo shoot. So y'all were with me. How y'all like my hair? I cut it today. Y'all like it?